Merry Christmas. Welcome to The Real Authority. Today I'm reviewing the brand new psychological thriller, The Housemaid. Sydney Sweeney plays Millie, who decides to become a housemaid to the Winchesters, a very wealthy family in which she starts to notice strange happenings on the ground and something strange with this family, especially with Amanda Seyfried's character. I'm gonna be honest, I really wasn't looking forward to The Housemaid. Like, I was going to give it a chance, but the trailers weren't selling me on the fact that this could potentially be good. Also, I saw two of the director's other work, those being Spy and Jackpot. Spy was fun, Jackpot was not fun. I don't know, I'm just not majorly immersed in his filmography, but I was hopeful for it. Hopefully, it would weave a story that was really intriguing and such, and you know what, it did. I will get my issues out of the way first because I feel like it's going to set a tone for the rest of the review. Like, I don't know when I'm going to number this yet. I know whether it's an approval or a rejection. But I mean, there is some issues with the screenplay, and it does feel a bit too long at 2 hours and 11 minutes. Like, it never gets boring. It's kind of like Weapons, in which you're engaged enough in the mystery that the runtime doesn't exactly matter, but you have to acknowledge that it does have some pacing issues. I guess starting off the bat with the positives, the screenplay was very inventive. I'm not going to go deep into it because spoilers, because I do feel going in as blind as possible is definitely the best option. But Rebecca Sonnenshine's screenplay was really strong and really inventive. Like, I could easily describe it as cheesy, but the cheese is so charming that it ultimately works. It's kind of like Companion, in which it doesn't sacrifice the story and the narrative and the suspense for cheap gags, I guess. By no means is this a Companion, but I do feel the twists and turns and the mystery it weaves, it's definitely great. You're not going to expect a lot of the surprises, but I'm not going to say what the surprises are because, duh. Also, with Paul Feig, like, I do feel like his directing was very inventive. Like, in terms of the structure, the narrative, the screenplay, and the directing go hand in hand, leaving you engaged in this mystery alongside all of the thrills and twists and turns that come with it. Also, the movie looks beautiful. Schwartzman. He had gorgeous cinematography, usually compliments it when it's gorgeous, but it does really complement this stressful situation. Like, there were many shots in which it felt claustrophobic, appropriate to the particular scene, and it just looked beautiful. Also, the acting, like, I do feel like a lot of the reason why this movie works is just because how good Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brendan Sklenar are starring with Sweeney. Like, she's pretty much become the next it girl. I don't get the hype, but that's just me. But I can never deny that she's a talented actress. Like, she is absolutely great in this, giving Millie a sense of emotion and depth and realism that I think another actress might not have given her. So it really does work, especially within this story, and you do get her anxiety in trying to manage this situation. And this is a highly valuable job. I mean, she's housemaiding a rich family, but more than that, no spoilers. So she really does do a great job. Brendan Sklenar as well. Like, he's a very charismatic actor. You could see that in Drop, and he continues that charisma here. He's not a side character like I thought he was, and the movie does a really good job at implementing him into the plot. As it feels like I've been disorganized already, Merry Christmas. I feel like Amanda Seyfried is definitely the standout of the show. Like, her character, like, she goes so over the top, and yet it does work. Like, it doesn't distract from the stories and going on. They actually do a really great job at developing her character, and you're actually along for the ride. She's clearly having fun with the role as Mrs. Winchester, and it comes across on screen, leading to me having a good time. While Sweeney and Sklenar are good in their own right, Seyfried goes beyond the material given to her and just goes all out with the material. I do want to go back to, like, the screenplay and the overall mystery. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I mentioned how it was cheesy. Like, in a lot of ways, the developments can be classified as dumb, but the movie kind of doubles down on it to the point where it's not even dumb anymore. It's kind of genius. And I guess that's where most of the fun is. It's a mystery that is definitely worth going on and worth seeing. Like, it's not as inventive as Zach Cregger's Weapons, for example. It's much more ambitious and much more out there. But all the elements come together to make it so that it's not as ridiculous or poorly handled as it could have been. Sure, there may be some pacing issues due to the long runtime. You're absolutely engaged, and I do feel it does work. So yeah, Housemaid was one of those movies that I was just surprised at how good it was. It's this short of being a flawless movie, but even as is, you are definitely going to have a good time with this. If it ain't for the performances of Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brendan Sklenar, it's definitely for the inventive story and way of going about it. So yeah, The Real Authority proves 9 out of 10. I hope you have a great rest of your Christmas, and yeah, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and comment your thoughts on the movie and no spoilers. Alright, peace.